Some engines fail because of bad luck. The 5 engines on this list failed because of bad math. And the math was done by the manufacturer. That's right. Today we are covering 5 engines with documented data-backed failure patterns so consistent that buying one used is basically signing up for a $5,000 surprise party. No confetti, no cake, just invoices. And number 1 is hiding inside millions of cars that are all over the used market right now. So stick around, because you might be driving one. Quick receipts check before anyone gets mad in the comments. Everything in this video comes from NHTSA complaint records, official recall campaigns, and class action settlements. This is not forum drama or one angry guy on Reddit with a grudge and a keyboard. This is paperwork, government paperwork, the most boring, most reliable evidence on planet Earth. And for every engine on this list, I'll give you the actual thing to check before you buy. Let's get into it. Starting at number 5, the Chrysler 2.4-liter Tigershark, found in the Jeep Cherokee, Compass, Renegade, and Dodge Dart through most of the 2010s. The nickname sounds cool. The engine is not. This thing became famous for drinking oil like it's free. And when a 2.4-liter 4-cylinder starts consuming a quart of oil between changes, you're not maintaining a car anymore. You're in a long-term relationship with the check oil light. The lawsuits pointed at oil control problems, and here's why that matters more on this engine than most. Low oil doesn't send a calendar invite. It doesn't ease you into the situation. Owners reported engines simply shutting down while driving. At intersections, on ramps, in traffic, which led to legal action and extended warranties on some models. And diagnosing it is its own punishment, because proving oil consumption to a dealer means a formal consumption test. Weeks of measuring, documenting, coming back, measuring again. It's homework for the privilege of being told your engine is thirsty. Look at this complaint chart. Over 4,000 engine-related complaints across these 4 cars alone. That's not a spike, that's a lifestyle. So if you're shopping a used Cherokee or Compass from this era, here's your checklist. Ask for oil change receipts, all of them, not the highlight reel. Ask if a dealer consumption test was ever done and what it found. And if the seller shrugs and says, it just needs a quart now and then. That's not a quirk. That's a symptom, wearing a costume. Or better yet, skip the audition entirely and pick something from our 300,000-mile list instead. Therefore, cool name, thirsty engine, walk away. Number 4, the Ford 1.6-liter EcoBoost, mostly 2013 to 2016 Escape and Fusion. On paper, this engine is genius, small, turbocharged, efficient. The whole brochure writes itself. But this one developed a party trick where coolant sneaks into the cylinders and the engine responds by overheating, misfiring, or in the worst cases, catching fire. The recall documents describe coolant loss leading to overheating and overheating leading to cracking, which is how you go from the temperature gauge looks a little high to why is there a fire truck in my driveway? Ford ran multiple recall campaigns on these. On some, the fix literally included adding a coolant level sensor, which tells you everything about what the engine was doing to its coolant. There was major legal action over the intrusion issue too. Now here's how this one catches used buyers. Coolant loss with no puddle on the driveway. The level just drops. No visible leak, no drama, no warning, until one day the temperature gauge decides to speed run. So when you're inspecting one of these, open the hood cold and look at the coolant reservoir. If it's low, ask when it was last topped up. If the answer is casual, oh, every few weeks, that's not maintenance. That's the engine filing a complaint about itself. And here's the wallet math. A used Escape from these years looks like a bargain until you price a replacement engine. And then suddenly, that bargain costs more than a clean Honda CR-V with full service history. You didn't buy a discount. You bought a deposit. Therefore, when a deal on a used Escape looks too good, the engine bay knows something you don't. Number 3. And Subaru fans, I love you, but we need to talk. The EJ25 Boxer engine, which powered Outbacks, Foresters, and Imprezas for years, has one of the most famous failure patterns in the entire industry. Head gaskets. Say those 2 words at any Subaru meet and watch everyone's eye twitch at the same time like it's choreographed. Here's the mechanical short version. The Boxer layout lays the cylinders flat, which is genuinely great for a low center of gravity and that classic Subaru handling. But it also means the head gaskets sit sideways, marinating, and on this engine they age like milk. When they let go, coolant and oil start visiting each other's houses, and the repair means basically dismantling half the engine bay to reach them. This is not a Saturday afternoon and a YouTube tutorial job. This is a call 3 shops and sit down before they answer job. And plenty of owners have paid for it twice because the replacement gaskets on early fixes weren't exactly a permanent cure either. Then Subaru replaced the EJ with the FB engine, and the early FB25 versions decided their thing would be oil consumption instead, which triggered a class action settlement of its own. It's like the engines were handing off a baton, except the baton was your money. Now, Subaru's newest engines are much better, to be clear. This is a history lesson, not a hit piece. But if you're buying used from the affected years, the entire purchase comes down to one question. Is there documented gasket work with receipts? If yes, negotiate normally. If no, either budget the full job into your offer or accept that you're not buying a car, you're buying a project. And projects don't have monthly payments. They have surprise payments. Therefore, love the brand. Verify the gaskets. Number 2, the BMW N63 twin-turbo V8. And this one hurts, because the performance is genuinely incredible. Found in the 5 Series, 7 Series, and X5 from the late 2000s onward, the early N63 stuffed 2 turbos inside the V of the engine, which is called a hot V design. On paper, brilliant. In practice, it turns out keeping turbos in the hottest possible location cooks everything around them. Slowly. Thoroughly. Like a rotisserie. Oil consumption so routine that topping up between services became a normal ownership activity. Timing chain wear, valve stem seals, even battery drain. Because after you shut the car off, the cooling system keeps running to save the turbos from their own neighborhood. This engine collected failure modes like they were achievements. BMW even ran a customer care package that quietly replaced a laundry list of parts on affected cars, which is manufacturer language for, yeah, we know. Look at this chart of the big-ticket N63 jobs. Replacing the valve stem seals, one repair, runs $7,000 to $10,000 at a dealer because the engine basically has to come out to get there. That's not a repair bill, that's a mortgage payment. And here's the trap, because this is where the wallet destruction actually happens. These cars depreciate so hard that a $70,000 BMW becomes a $15,000 used listing, and people think they found a cheat code. Luxury badge, economy price. But the $70,000 maintenance schedule did not depreciate with it. The parts don't know the car got cheaper. The cheat code is for the repair shop. If you absolutely must have one, and I get it, I've heard the exhaust too, buy the service history, not the car. Full records, specialist pre-purchase inspection, proof the known items were already done on someone else's credit card. And do not accept "records are with my mechanic" as an answer. Therefore, if you can't afford it new, you really can't afford it used. And number 1, the Hyundai and Kia 2.4-liter Theta 2. And folks, this is the heavyweight champion of wallet destruction. Sonata, Optima, Santa Fe, Sportage, Tucson, roughly 2011 through the mid-2010s. If you bought a mid-size sedan or crossover in that window, there's a real chance this engine is in your driveway right now. The failure pattern here is engines seizing, sometimes at highway speed, due to connecting rod-bearing wear. And the scale of this is genuinely historic. More than 1.6 million vehicles recalled for the bearing defect alone. A class action settlement valued around $1.3 billion, covering millions more. A software update whose entire job is to listen for the sound of a bearing dying and put the car into limp mode before it grenades. They built an early warning system for their own engine. Lifetime engine warranties handed out like apology coupons. NHTSA opened investigations into engine fires. Look at this complaint chart. The Sonata by itself has more engine complaints than any other single car in this entire video. And that's before you add the Optima. This isn't a spike or a lifestyle. This is a skyline. Now, credit where due. Hyundai and Kia handled a lot of this with extended warranties and replacement engines, and their new engines are a genuinely different story. But the used market is still absolutely full of Theta 2 cars, and here's the catch nobody reads. That warranty coverage depends on documentation and ownership history. Miss an oil change record, buy from the wrong kind of seller, and the lifetime warranty can quietly evaporate. Buying one without checking the engine replacement records is not a gamble. It's a donation. Here's the flip side though. And this is the actual pro move. A Theta 2 car with a documented replacement engine under recall is arguably a better buy than one that never failed. Newer engine, someone else's paperwork, price still discounted by reputation. The data giveth. So here's the routine. Put the VIN into NHTSA's recall lookup. It's free and takes 30 seconds. Confirm whether the engine recall work was done. Ask for the service records that keep the warranty alive. And if the seller gets vague on any of it, walk. Therefore, before any used Hyundai or Kia from this era, check the paperwork. Or become the paperwork. Quick recap, and notice the pattern. The Tigershark drank oil, the EcoBoost drank coolant, the Subaru ate gaskets, the N63 cooked itself, and the Theta 2 retired early at highway speed. None of these engines failed because of one bad part, or one bad factory shift, or one unlucky owner. They failed because of design decisions, and design decisions repeat across every single unit built. That's why data beats anecdotes every single time. Your neighbor's Tigershark might be fine. Your cousin swears by his escape. Great. The other 100,000 complaints? Tell the real story. And that's the whole point of this channel. We don't guess, we look it up. And every source from today is linked in the description. If you've owned one of these engines, tell me your repair bill in the comments. The winner gets sympathy. Now here's the scary part. Sometimes the engine is fine, and the specific model year is the trap. Same car, same engine. 1 year apart, completely different reliability. One of them is a keeper, and one of them is a complaint chart speedrun. That's the next video. Worst model years ever, backed by complaint data. And number 2 on that list is a car everyone thinks is bulletproof. I'm not saying it, not yet. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And I'll see you there.